Welcome to GreenBiz Studio. I'm John Davies, Vice President and Senior Analyst with GreenBiz. I'm here with Fred Redell, Energy Commissioner for County of Maui. Welcome, Fred.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Fred, you're going to be on stage later on today talking about a really exciting initiative you have going on around community energy.
Yes.
Tell me some more about that.
Yeah. So in Hawaii, we have what we call community-based renewable energy. This idea is to allow others into the market. They can, especially to target low to moderate income people, can they actually participate? How can they get the bill savings that other people have gotten? Historically, as we've seen in the last, say, 8 years or so, the people have been able to participate, get the value, even the cost savings have been, wealthier people. And this is, wanting to include more people into that picture. And as you might have saw in the news this morning, the cost of the amount of money you need to make per hour just to have a one-bedroom place in Hawaii is pretty high. I think it was you have to make $28 an hour to reasonably afford a one-bedroom place. Imagine how much of that now has to be for electricity. So we need to find solutions that work for people. And
this is all renewables that you're providing to?
Yes, these would all be renewable projects. The first round of these would be solar projects. The Public Utility Commission has a docket open that would have a certain amount of energy that can be provided on each island by each utility for these programs. In round one, it'll be a first come, first serve program. First ones to get there to provide that can actually do that program. It's to get it going. And the future rounds will be a bit of a bid process where, who's going to have the best or the cheapest. And from the county standpoint, we look at this as we have lots of assets that the citizens paid for. We have roof spaces on civic centers. It could be great hubs for community-based renewable energy, places that people retreat to in an emergency even. That could be a resiliency hub. They can be great portions that we're all going to be able to contribute. People will be able to see the place that they're getting energy from. It can create jobs. People will be able to get a good vested interest in that future.
That sounds exciting, and that's all part of getting to the 100% renewable power. But then recently, Hawaii made another commitment around electric transportation. And so how is that being addressed in County of Maui?
Right. Well, I would hope it would be a little more systematic. But as an engineer, I'm like, well, it has to be this, and it looks like this, and let's study that. But the mayor did make a proclamation back in December to go for the fleet, 100% renewable fleet by 2035. It's a very aggressive goal. And finding those solutions that can fit, you have to really start early, because you could imagine that those cars or that truck or whatever is going to stay in the fleet for many years. I was looking at the whole fleet of the County of Maui. I think I saw a 1976 vehicle. I'm like, wow, well, I want to drive that just once. Take it over to the junkyard. Yes, if somebody else isn't going to do it, I should, right? So what we are looking at, we did an initial study to say, what are our near-term things that we can actually do now? Is there somewhere you can save money and reduce carbon? And wow, you could do both of those? That's kind of crazy. And so we're trying to find that path. But the next thing we need to do is what I would call a transportation supply improvement plan, a little bit like what the utility did in the power supply improvement plan. But it's really to inform everybody about collectively what we're going to need to do. Right? You're going to need an energy source. What does that energy source look like? When would it need to be built? How much capacity will I need? When would those things be charged? Or is it hydrogen that is on that trajectory? And then for the council, the other stakeholders in this, and the people who ultimately are authorizing the payments, what's the CapEx that we would expect from here to 2035 and beyond? Is that trajectory higher than our current path, lower than our current path? What does it look like into the future? Where is that benefit so you could sell the idea?
Wow, great. So you've got a lot of work in front of you.
Sure, absolutely.
So I've been here with Fred Redell, Energy Manager for the County of Maui. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks a lot.